Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's episode of Between Two Spurs. We have a very special guest, NBA champion, my friend, my former teammate, Mr. Jeff Ayres, up in this house, up in this hizzy. Jeff, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just getting through this self-isolation, self-distancing thing, man, with almost three kids coming.
Almost three kids. I was going to say. Wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know how it is. You're in the grind. It's a completely different experience if you have kids versus if you don't have kids, I feel like.
Oh, man. And even kids that are in school, bro. Like, I didn't imagine having to be a first grade and, almost a kindergarten teacher again. I thought I learned it once. I didn't have to do it again.
I had to remind myself, Evie's, my oldest, is doing dividing fractions, and I kept forgetting to flip the quotient and wasn't getting them right. I see you're in the same boat with the hair situation, too.
Oh, man, bro. I'm not sure if I want to braid it, if I'm going to chop it off. I might just have to start experimenting on, cutting my hair myself just to see what it like.
I was thinking going with the mullet.
Oh, that's classy right there, especially with the time.
I'm from a hockey state, too. It'll look good with a hockey helmet on.
Oh, for sure. And then if anybody gets too close, man, you're ready to just throw the gloves.
Exactly. So going back to the 2014 championship, what are some of your favorite memories of that year?
I don't know. One that first off comes to mind is I can't remember if it was Game 5 or Game 4. I think it was Game 4 against OKC. And I remember Game 3 was nuts because we were all going in there. Pop was telling us to be ready for Ibaka to come back. We were talking he might be out for the rest of the season. He had some injury that only a percent of the people in the world even have, and he might be done. And Pop was like, "Nah, man, don't. Just know he's coming." We're like, all right. And then that game, the atmosphere was nuts, man. When they called his name in OKC, the Thunder drum was going nuts. There was lightning flying everywhere. It was crazy. We ended up losing that game, but I remember when we did Game 4, and Coach was like, all right, man, you guys just go out there and play summertime ball, like summer ball. And nobody else knew what that was, but it was just the most simple thing. And we almost ended up, winning. I think it was Game 3 because of it. We had, all the bench guys in the whole South Side was in the game. And I remember us playing and looking at the scores table. I'm like, yo, what is KD and Russ doing right now? Why are they messing with our time? We're supposed to be hooping. This is the Southside time. What are these dudes doing? I look at the score. I think we were down 20 at first, and then it was 8 points. And so Donovan was like, "Nah, man, you got to send all these dudes back in. We gotta recover from this." And it was just really cool to see the Southside, represent and actually go out there and contribute and almost win a game. A crucial game that was kind of out of control.
Yeah, so I want to unpack a couple things from what you just talked about. Number one, the South Side was our nickname. Jeff came up with the nickname for the deep Spurs bench. We called ourselves the South Side. It was South Side. And it was kind of cut off at eighth man. Manu wasn't really the South Side. Patty flirted with it, but usually wasn't. And going back to that series, it was always our goal when the South Side got in the game. It would be me. I played the 3. Remember that? It would be you, Baines. Baines would be the 5. You'd be the 4. I played the 3. And then we had Corey and who was the other one?
Sometimes it was Boris.
I can't remember who the last
maybe
was it Belly?
It might have been Belly? Yeah, for sure, Belly. Because, sometimes Danny was in the South Side too. But
Danny could be in there.
Was definitely
but our goal was always to get the starters to come back in the game, to just go out and ball out and make the other team put their starters back in the game. And I always reference that even now, the young guys get in the game. Now it's beyond the South Side. It's the G League, South Central Side or something. Whatever's worse than the South Side. It's the G League guys come in the game. And it happened once this year where it was a blowout, and they played so well that the other team had to put the starters in. And I made sure in the post-game show I made a big deal about that. Anyways, so you mentioned Ibaka comes back that series.
Yeah.
The Thunder make their comeback, and we kind of had PTSD from 2 years early when we won our first 2 games against the Thunder in 2012, and then the Thunder went off and ran 4 straight and beat us 4-2 to go to the NBA Finals. So it was like we were kind of having like flashbacks because, you know, we win the first 2, then they win, and then Coach Pop decides to insert me into the starting lineup.
You left the South Side like quick, man.
So, you know, I'm pretty nervous about this. I was, you know, in and out of the rotation, and then all of a sudden I'm starting at Oklahoma City where it's bonkers.
Yeah.
I'm matched up with Ibaka. We're having flashbacks of losing again. And I just remember, like, getting ready to start the game, and you're like, Maddie's too good for the South Side. He's not part of the South Side anymore. It made me laugh, and it was great to cut the tension. And that's one of the things that people got to understand. Like, to win a championship, you need like 1 through 15 on board, 100% committed, invested, whatever they can do to help the situation, help the team. And that's something for you that, you know, you were in and out of the rotation, but you were always such an amazing teammate, supporter, such great chemistry guy, always positive, always enthusiastic, that I just want to tell you as a teammate, much appreciated and was an important part of our chemistry in winning that championship.
Thanks, man. I was just really glad to be a part of it. You know, I got to learn from the best. You know, seeing a guy like you had, you know, such a illustrious career, man, and just kind of going back and forth like that and just seeing how it is. Just work out every day, get ready for your chances, and, you know, just having a bunch of cool guys around you that, you know, Timmy's has so much on his plate and, you know, such a great player, but he still took the time to, you know, look out with me and, you know, everybody. You know, he was invested with everybody. And just to see, you know, your star player, your franchise, one of the GOATs, is just as interested as in number 15 guy as he is, you know, himself and the starters, was really cool, man. And that definitely gave a lot of confidence too, you know, for myself, you know, just being around pros like that and, you know, just being a part of a culture that's not unlike any other, especially in the NBA.
Yeah, and you talk about the pros and the culture. One thing fans don't get to see is kind of they see the games, but they don't understand what goes into being successful in those games. And especially the South Side, a lot of times we'd have to get extra work in to stay sharp, to stay in shape. And we had just some of the most epic practices, workouts, scrimmages amongst ourselves. And, you know, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this one story. We had this one player development coach, video coordinator named Dutch Gately. He's now with the Charlotte Hornets. And Jeff would just relentlessly dunk on this guy every single day. You know, Dutch is a good guy, works hard, knows his stuff, good coach. But, man, he just got dunked on so many times. And then after you left, Boban comes on, and then Boban just dunked on him repeatedly for an entire year. So if there's one way to humble yourself, it would have been insert yourself in that situation. But, you know, it was fun just working out off the court, staying sharp, being professionals together, so that when we got that opportunity for the South Side to step on the court and we're down 24 points and there's 7 minutes left in the fourth, that we can go out there and kind of surprise the other team and make them put those starters back in.
For sure, because, you know, when we would check into the game, like for us, the score was 0-0. So, you know, we're trying to get our, you know, plus minus up. We're just going out there trying to have fun and do all the things we've been working on. And then we've been going so hard at each other. You know, you got Dutch, you know, sitting around looking at us like, man, if you don't go hard on these dudes like you do me, like, he's going to be so bad. And, you know, just we had pride in it, man. Like, we were always a part of the Spurs, but then the South Side was our own little group, man, that we had extra pride and, you know, desire to go out there and play well and have fun playing the game.
Absolutely. So since you left the Spurs, most recently you've been hooping overseas, some G League. Most recently you've been in Japan. What's that been like?
It's actually been kind of fun, man. I didn't even really know that much about it until I went there. It's probably one of the cleanest countries I've ever been in. The people are really polite. The only drawback is usually everything's pretty damn small. So, like, the houses are tiny. Yeah, you know, the cars are tiny. But basketball is pretty good. They love it. gyms are so every now and then, depending on where you go. But man, like atmosphere is pretty cool. It's, some places like a college atmosphere. So it's been really fun, man, to go out there, see the world, experience another culture that's so different from ours, but still, one of the top cultures and countries to be in, like in the world.
And I got a couple questions. I've never been to Japan.
Okay.
Like, what do they serve at the concession stands at Japanese basketball games?
It depends, man. It's like depends on like what your your city is known for. So some places it could be like takoyaki, which is like those like octopus, like the fried octopus like ball. Some places it'll be like ramen. Some places will be yakitori, like the little.
It's not hot dogs and pretzels and.
Nah. The only thing that they might have in common with home is like they love beer. So there's definitely going to be some beer at the games. But other than that, they have like those little bento boxes. So it'll be like some rice, some fish. Like it's totally different, man. It's not like going to Subway or Chick-fil-A.
And so, did they cancel their season or suspend it?
No, they canceled it. I think like 3 weeks ago. So I had left. With the expecting baby number 3, I didn't want to get caught in any of that quarantine stuff. So I left a little early. And I think about 2 weeks, a week and a half after I had left, they had canceled the whole season.
When's baby number 3 supposed to be coming?
Supposed to be on Sunday, bro. So like 2 more days.
On Sunday? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So we were expecting the baby to be early. Like the other 2 were a month early. And now we're just waiting. We've been waiting a month for this one to get here. It hasn't been here. So this one was taking their time, and we're scheduled to go in on Sunday.
Man, well, all the best of luck with that, with your family. I mean, this whole situation's hard enough, and now you got 2 kids trying to homeschool, plus a brand new baby coming. Godspeed, my friend. Godspeed.
Thanks, brother, man. Outside mentality, man. I'll be all right.
Absolutely, yeah. Next game, next play, 0-0. 0-0. But Jeff, thanks for coming on Between Two Spurs with us. It's been great catching up with you as always. I miss you, man. I can't wait to see you and hang out again someday and relive some glory days.
Oh, as soon as the stuff is over, man, you already know, man. We're going to have a Southside reunion, man, of course.
Oh, that would be great. Absolutely. All right. Well, thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, brother.